Hello all and welcome to All Red. It's prediction time. I've been wanting to do this for the last couple of weeks, just looking through the remainder of the Premier League games for Liverpool and Arsenal in what is becoming quickly not much of a title race at all. But I think it's important for us to kind of look ahead, predict some of these matches, and see what the rest of the season is going to look like. So here's the format, guys. I've got each game for Liverpool on the left, each game for Arsenal on the right. A green circle around the game means a win, a yellow means a draw, and a red means a loss. And then I'm going to keep the points tally for each team based on the predicted results. So let's dive right in. In this weekend's fixtures, it's Southampton and Manchester United, respectively, for Liverpool and Arsenal. Now, Liverpool are home to Southampton in a game that everyone expects them to win. And Arsenal have a tricky away fixture at Old Trafford to Manchester United. We are predicting on this channel that Arsenal lose to Manchester United and Liverpool win. So that gap is going to go to 16 points with Arsenal still having a game in hand, of course. Now, these are just predictions, but they are based on stats throughout the season, home and away stats, how teams go away, how teams play at home. And so that's what we're basing this on. And I'm gonna have to kind of speed through these a little bit because there's a lot to get through. So next, Chelsea travel to the Emirates to play Arsenal. And I think that's also going to be a very tricky match for Arsenal. I know they just scored 7 against PSV, but you come back to the Premier League after that, and I think you just kind of are reminded the difficulties of beating these English Premier teams or Premier League teams, and so I think Arsenal are going to have a tricky 2 weeks here against Manchester United and Chelsea. All right, let's move to April 1st and April 2nd. I think both teams win here. So the gap is still at, 15? Well, it was 16, and then, so Liverpool got a point against Chelsea, so now the gap is at 15. No more games in hand for either team, so they are level on games played throughout the rest of the season. Liverpool away to Fulham. I think they win there as well. I don't expect Everton coming to Anfield to be a super easy victory, but I do think Liverpool will win at Anfield against Everton. They're going to have a lot more rest in between these fixtures now, with the Carabao Cup being over with by the time, we get to April. They will have Champions League matches, but they're not going to have this super congested fixture list. And I think the Arsenal away going to Goodison Park won't be as vitriolistic for Arsenal as it was for Liverpool. I think they win there. Gap still at 15. I think it's a pair of wins here in the April 13th and 12th fixtures. Liverpool at home to West Ham. I think they cruise there. And then I think a tricky home fixture for Arsenal, but Brentford having to travel to the Emirates, I think Arsenal probably win that one pretty decisively. Brentford can be tricky, but at times they cannot be tricky at all. And I think away from home for Brentford is difficult for them. Liverpool travel away to Leicester, again, another team that's probably getting relegated. So I think Liverpool win that, and I think Arsenal beat Ipswich, which, of course, another relegation team. So that's going to be the relegation weekend for Liverpool and Arsenal. I think they both win. So again, the gap is still at 15 here. All right, let's move into the final 5 weeks of the season. We have some pretty interesting matches here, and you've got Liverpool at home to Tottenham, and then Arsenal at home to Crystal Palace. I think both of these are actually kind of tricky matchups for both teams. And I know Tottenham's not great, Crystal Palace not great, but in this week, I am projecting both teams to draw, but get this is the week where I think the Premier League is going to be mathematically over. As it stands, if Liverpool were to catch a point here and Arsenal only got a point in this weekend with 4 games remaining and the gap at 15 points, still, it's over. Mathematically, it's over. So I'm hopeful that happens because Liverpool being able to win the Premier League at Anfield would be extra, extra special. And it would just be an absolutely amazing, amazing scene for Liverpool to do that. Okay, so we'll just kind of cruise through the rest of these, as you know, the rest of the Premier League at this point doesn't really matter. I think away to Chelsea, Liverpool probably draw. Again, at this point, I'm projecting that the Premier League is mathematically over. Now, I think Liverpool still will want to continue to win games. So now with the gap at 13 points, I think Arsenal beat Bournemouth, but I do think Arneslot is going to want to beat Arsenal at Anfield. And I think Liverpool will. I think they will beat them. It's going to be a tough match, but I think Liverpool beat Arsenal at home on May the 10th. And then I think it's going to be a draw. And finally, at home on the final day of the season, Liverpool win, and Arsenal will, of course, beat Southampton away. The gap is 16 points. Liverpool, very, very good at 91 points. A very, very impressive inaugural season, should it play out this way. I have kind of had my mindset on these 91 points for the last couple weeks. I think that's where Liverpool will end up. And that is with, several draws in here against teams that, maybe Liverpool have already beaten this season. So that number could be higher, obviously could be lower. But at this point, I think Liverpool are going to comfortably win the Premier League. It's not a given. Anything can happen, but that is what I'm projecting. I would love to know what you guys think. Drop a comment down below. Smash the like button if you enjoyed this video. And as always, we would love for you to subscribe as we continue to push towards 20K subscribers and as we continue to cover the best club in the absolute world.